but footage to study. Players often spend time analyzing videos the night before, talking with the coach, breaking down the weaknesses and strengths of the opponents. Honoka Hashimoto, a big sister on the Japanese team at 28 years old, currently world number 13, is 10 years the senior of her opponent. It feels like the game is getting younger and younger. Team Japan has often had teenagers dominating in the game. From the Hina Hayata, Mima Ito, Miu Hirano generation to the current Miwa Harimoto, who just finished winning alongside her brother in Yokohama. Yi-Tian, with a bright future, has 2 titles to her name already at 18 years old. World rank number 39, not easy when you're playing in the toughest continent on the planet. So Zhuang Zhiyuan, the legend, Kanak Jia's favorite player for the Chinese Taipei team, is the coach for Yi-Tian, and her brother, who's been referred to as Grandpa Ye, was her sparring partner for the attacking game with Honoka Hashimoto. A little look at the prize money here, $1.55 million. And the champion walks away with 2,000 points. Round of 64, where we are now. 20 points for being eliminated here, times 5 if you win. And then again, times 3.8, and it keeps on climbing up to that 2,000 mark. So the black side of Honoka, the Japanese player's racket, is the spinny, aggressive side, let's say. But the red side of the racket for Honoka Hashimoto on the other side, as we got a glimpse of Zhuang Zhiyuan there, the fighter who had been #1 on the Chinese Taipei team for years, is on the bench for Yi-Tian. Fan vote, well now, Yi-Tian, the Chinese Taipei team watching on, fans back home with 59%. Yi-Tian here. Don't forget, you can cast your votes at worldtabletennis.com or on the WTT app. No matter where you are in the world, let us know what you think, what you want, and I guarantee you it'll make it more exciting.
Love all.
So as Honoka cleans the forehand side of the racket and her side of the table, she gets ready for a spinny, aggressive forehand and a lot of variation in the chopping game from that red side of the racket.
Love 1.
Now, for those of you that know Zhuang Zhiyuan, the coach of Yi-Tian, he was an incredibly aggressive player, a fighter, but he was using pips and chopping in the practice hall earlier today for Yi-Tian.
1-all.
We often forget that at the top level of the game, especially when it's your job to do so, these players are so adaptable. They can pick up a new racket and learn it quickly if they have to. Oh, that serve. If you're watching that at home and you're a competitive player and you thought that serve was topspin, raise your hand. You can put your hand down now. The ball comes back into the bottom of the net. Good quality drives here. Now, I used the word patience earlier before this match started. Defenders prey on impatience, frustration from the opponents. The attacker might do less running around, but it takes a lot of strength out of the legs and a lot of effort mentally and physically just to keep the ball out of the net. Not easy to do, as Honoka Hashimoto continues to add underspin, forcing that lift out of Yi-Tian. This point is so good. Yi-Tian does everything right, and Honoka Hashimoto has the answer. Watch the placement on the table. Deep to the baseline, shallow, short. She leaves Honoka near the ground. She pushes when she has to, but with Honoka close to the table, she's dangerous. The world knows Honoka can attack, but she hasn't had to yet. Crushing shot like a frisbee. finally a shot that
4-3.
ends the rally. You just feel the heartbreaker that is Honoka Hashimoto in this rally. The 12th seed gets every bullet back until finally in the end, caught in the middle, right in between forehand and backhand. Perfect placement by Yi-Tian.
4-0.
Interesting. The strawberry chop here, a bit of side spin. This is something I saw Zhuang Zhiyuan preparing Yi-Tian for. Look at how much side spin is on that. And it gets the popped up ball, but she doesn't twiddle. She uses the pip side to attack. They're in between. Remember, they're medium long. Okay for attacking. Okay for chopping as well. Maybe better than okay for both. Now, not only has Yi-Tian taken the lead in this game, in the last 2 matches, and the only 2 matches she's ever played Honoka Hashimoto on the international stage, Yi-Tian has averaged exactly 4 points per game. And now she's at 5. So, stress builds for Honoka. Loaded.
5-0.
These fast, spinny chops, quick and deep, don't allow the opponent quite as much time to get ready, get the legs behind. From down near the ground, in the replay, you could see it was a little bit different trajectory. There's Zhuang Zhiyuan, man. Beautiful net recovery. Honoka gets the ball back with a grunting reach out in front. So 2 points in a row to step up by 1. There it was. Just crazy to think how long Honoka's been in the game compared to almost all her teammates other than Hitomi Sato. Oh, beautiful.
5-7.
Remember that strawberry where you come around the outside of the ball with the backhand to add side spin? Check it out. Twiddle after the spinny serve off the black side. Now the red's back on the backhand, and she keeps the side spin on fast and right to the line. So many different ways to threaten an opponent with a variety of spin. Oh, and a gift.
5-8.
A souvenir, an omiyage for Honoka. Honoka Hashimoto has been known to be the greatest threat to Team China as a defender.
9-5.
And not even just as a defender, but as a player. Had a better percentage winning against Team China than anybody. Last checked, but Miwa Harimoto's got to be moving on up that ranking quite a bit.
10-5.
6 straight points. Honoka Hashimoto, after being down 4-5, finds herself with 5 game points on her second serve. And the short side of the table looks appetizing, but there is no pass here. It's a game point saved. Heavy chop, the defensive style. Kill shot here. Takes a little time on it. Lets the ball come down. Just keeping forward. Honoka, that stomach. It was Hina Hayato who used to have Honoka written on her wrist to remind her that if the stomach is up too much, it's not back, you're not forward, and your balance isn't ready. Table tennis is a game of rhythm, especially in the fast women's game. There it is, the killer forehand, and Honoka sends the ball back up the catwalk. And a much tighter game than she would have hoped for. Yi-Tian showing that she's improved, that she's worked hard to get here. And while I said it's a game of rhythm, especially in the fast women's game, Honoka Hashimoto is a rhythm breaker, variation in the spin game, and she takes game number 1 in this best of 5. She only needs 3, 11-7, much better than average for Yi-Tian, but Honoka leads 1-0.
27 on this. 20. 15. Hang on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My God.
Second game, Hashimoto to serve. Love all.
Players back for game number 2. Yi-Tian looking to see what she can do to keep things uncomfortable. Put Honoka somewhere behind the table, caught in the crossover.
One love.
I'll tell you what I like about this. The data suggests that in game number 1, most of the points that were taken by Honoka Hashimoto, just on memory alone, were attacks by Yi-Tian that failed to connect with the other side. It's got to be physically exhausting, but the security, stability, and patience, keyword patience, that Yi-Tian brings. Think about that net ball that she recovered in this rally, how calm she was. As a fan or a player, you watch that, you might think, I'd want to just crush the next ball after recovering the net. She didn't. She spun it softly to stay in the point. Good look at the short side, not easy. Honoka plays the angles well. This is also the art of being a defender in this day and age. When you do attack, you're not hitting to rally, you're hitting to finish the point. Dangerous, whatever the apology was for. Honoka quickly acknowledged it, but that move in. Check this out, soft spin, nice and shallow, but now she's at the table and she's dangerous. She's there ready to attack. It's so tough when someone attacks with pips against you. If you're newer to table tennis, pips, those bumps that look like Legos, maybe if you find a racket on top of a table at a recreational club, they're made professionally as well, and the longer they are, the more defensive they are, the less spin they generate on their own. Wow. Survived the twiddle, right into the middle, solving the riddle. Yeah, Yi-Tian, check it out, drive deep. Honoka came in before, but that right there, right on the body, is perfect placement. Honoka had to shift to try to create space for the backhand. And even still, there wasn't much room for backswing. That said, out of the first towel break, Honoka would double the score of her opponent.
Two, 5.
So I brought up the word patience earlier on, talking about the data from game number 1. We've seen a lot more pushing from Yi-Tian. Not only have we seen that, we've also seen more cautious, slow spin and variation, but the momentum still with the 12th seed, 12 of the last 16 points.
5-3.
Yi-Tian not liking that stat. Mixing it up a bit. Perfect drive. It would have hit her literally in the right elbow if Honoka froze for a moment. Oh, surprise. Strawberry's got more underspin on it. So tough to know what Honoka's going to do. Yep. Side and under. That's almost a Simongo Z chop, but she's at the table for it.
3-7.
With Haruki Maehata in her corner, Honoka Hashimoto. Over the years, we've seen having different coaches on the bench.
In
case you're curious why, there are a lot of different reasons, but like anyone else, you're trying to find your peak performance. Zhuang Zhiyuan there, and there's Haruki Maehata-san. Zhuang Zhiyuan's been working with Yi-Tian for about 5 or 6 years now.
7-5.
They're down in Kaohsiung, and interestingly enough, Yi-Tian's big brother, has been working with Zhuang Zhiyuan for 10 years as a stable sparring partner. Pretty cool to have a sparring partner who's so well aware of your coach's style, who's also your big brother. Oh, now we're talking. Oh, climbs the net, but doesn't come down on the table. A lob turns into a dart chop here. Honoka gets quickly back into the table. One lob. And now she says, let me see what I can do. Watch how quickly she gets about 4 steps into the table after that one chop. But patience, precision in the touch game. Yi-Tian keeps it low. It's tough when you feel that the opportunity's there. Patience has been the name of the game, but like any other time, you have to take risks, calculated risks. And here covering the short side, Honoka with a big point to maintain her lead, or extend it back to 2 anyway. A lot of work for one single point. Zhuang Zhiyuan there offering, as coaches do to their younger players sometimes. But it really depends on the individual. Even players in their 30s get shot instruction, tactical instruction between points from time to time. Back edge of the table, Yi-Tian a little fortune to come back in. Remember, in a best of 5, each game is a bigger piece of the pie. Greater chance for upsets because you only have to win 3 to win the match, unlike a best of 7 where you need 4. But changing up her placement here. This backhand serve can be very dangerous.
9-7.
But the most dangerous, Honoka saves for late in the match, where she comes around the opposite side of the ball with the backhand. And an outright service point sets up 3 game points for a 2-0 lead. Lots to think about here, but in this moment, just the point that awaits. Receive game has been solid by Yi-Tian. But the strawberry again, and Honoka Hashimoto she's finding ways to keep it uncomfortable. And with a 2-0 lead, she only needs 1 of the next 3. Look how much kick there is on that second bounce, and just keeps that knuckling effect on it. Do knuckle, the name on the backhand, and the shot, well, it's definitely not a misnomer. Knuckling strawberry, 11-7, 2 times over, and she's 1 game away from moving on through to the round of 32. Game 3 awaits. And while we're waiting for it, why don't we enjoy the top 16 seeds here? Wang Manyu on top, Miwa Harimoto straight in from Japan, Kwaiman, Tong Tong, Wang Yidi, Hina Hayata, Sabina Winter, Ju Yuling, Shin Yubin, Satsuki Odo, Chun Yi, Honoka in the number 12 spot, Shi Yao, who was quite strong here not long ago, Ju Chun Hee of Korea, Mima Ito, and another chopper, Han Ying, after coming back from injury in the last year, has climbed the world rankings. Honoka fans in the crowd. I like it. Good times to realize you're on screen, even in the dark. We see who you're rooting for. From fan votes to here in the stadium, supporting your favorite players, there's a big reason that these 2 players on the table get a lot of fan votes. Kindness, hard work.
The game, yeah to serve, love all.
You ever think that some people look like paintings? Coach Haruki Maehara on the bench behind Honoka Hashimoto now. Tough one to defend here. A little bit of a scrape off the top of the net for the chop coming in. Which is why, yeah, Yi-Tian leaves it just a little bit high on this one. Playing cautiously, and Honoka goes inside out with that forehand. Well played.
1-0.
And she is just turning it on. The forehands when she steps around, her percentage is getting more and more consistent, just favoring this attacking game, which removes options for Yi-Tian. What was once a steady, safe spin shot
1-3.
is now something that Honoka can counter. At every point, Yi-Tian comes back with belief and a new plan. No, she says. Honoka, for the second time I recall this match, goes for a backhand punching shot with the pips. Still a bit of topspin on it, but just goes a bit long. I love this game. Watching a chopper, it's like a suspense film here as we look at the serve success. Honoka Hashimoto 65% to the 40.9 of Yi-Tian. So there we have it. The reason I was saying I like the chopping game is you can feel the danger as she comes into the table. Your job as the attacker is to keep the chopper behind the table. Smart play. Good. And for the second time now, Honoka Hashimoto in recent history has reminded herself to stay calm and that attacking with the pip side of the racket, nope, no need. She twiddles, plays the black side there for a little bit more spin, attempting for the more secure shot. That is so deadly. It's like an attack. It's got so many, I'd say it's an attack dressed up as a defensive shot here. Looks like a chop, but then she lifts up, breaks the wrist, and just sends it fast and deep on the table.
3-6.
And a timeout now on Yi-Tian's side. Man, Zhuang Zhiyuan's been coaching for quite some time, even while he was still competing. He's got his own club, and now he's got a big job to do. This news just in, over on table number 2, Park Gong-hyun taking out Flavien Coton. This is a massive win because Flavien Coton, as you've seen, has been incredibly strong in recent history. You don't have to think back far to London and his very tight match with the world number 1, Wang Chuqin, but eliminated in the first round. Park Gong-hyun, the one to watch now, taking over Flavien Coton's side of the draw. Appropriate music for both of these players because, well, just about 7 days a week. You know where you can find them? In the club. That's right. Training serves, backhands, getting physically fit on a gaishimasu, she says. Shall we play? It's game time. 3-point lead for Honoka in what could be the last game of this match. Oh, good defense for a while.
7-3.
Returns one from the pips. Honoka with a bit of net break there, which is why she raises her hand. Counter forehand to forehand. That's a tough one. And then the second pips attack. Right there. Straight into the hip.
7-4.
And re-gifted from a serve off the table earlier. Honoka Hashimoto keeping track. Does not want to leave owing her opponent anything. She doesn't want to leave, period.
5-7.
Not bad percentages since the timeout. She's taken 2 of 3 points yet, Yi-Tian. Stress starting to build a bit here. Honoka's had a lot of experience going deep in major events. Again, 4 titles to her name. I think 3 recently in the WTT series. Ooh.
6-7.
And a little fortune with the edge ball here. Honoka almost gets it back. And a scoreline popular with many youngsters around the world. 2-0, that is. Outright service point. Not so common to see this. It's always good to have a coach in your corner who's quite experienced against choppers. Just 12 years ago at the World Team Championships that Zhuang Zhiyuan would battle Ju Se-hyuk, the greatest defender of the modern era and maybe all time, in an epic battle.
8-7.
But after some serious momentum, Honoka Hashimoto taking the steering wheel once again. There it is. Oh, ooh.
8-7.
She pulled out the serve. That was her ace of spades. Outright point, but let. And she switches back to the other side spin quickly. Just enough deception to get the ball popped up. Look at that high toss, extra speed, side topspin, which is more topspin after the second bounce, which means the ball comes up off the racket. Oh, the break here on the inside-out forehand. Honoka steps around and sets up 3 match points. A lot of footwork to get around this, and the bend on this ball, not much to be done on the other side.
10-8.
Good drive in the middle. A little bit excited there to finish. Honoka Hashimoto turns for the forehand from a step behind. Not a bad decision. Didn't work out in her favor, but you could see the arc on the ball, that it comes up a little bit higher. It's very interesting, a defensive blade. How the bounce is different.
Let. 10-8.
Just hear the sound when Honoka hits it with the forehand. The twiddle takes care of business. What is where? Honoka turning, twisting, spinning, strawberries, whatever she had to bring. She brought it here today. And while this is by far the best scoreline for Yi-Tian, she's nearly doubled her average score per game. It is still a bagel at the hands of Honoka Hashimoto, who moves on to the round of 32. Curious to see the draw? You're not alone. You can find it on worldtabletennis.com. And knowing that Han Ying is here as well, let me just tell you, we've got some exciting matches at hand. Miwa Harimoto fresh off her win. The Japanese team looking strong. There's the backhand with the black, and she twiddles right back. Honoka has not dropped a game yet. Respect, handshake, and a clean sweep in the victory here today.
Stand by the 330K in 3,
How long did it take? 26
1.
minutes, and it was 150% the points of her opponent. 33-22.
15.
The serve success there, you can see what, 20.1 the better on serve. Honoka Hashimoto, a dangerous player in the touch game, the attack game, and the variety in the spin game. Yi-Tian is